Hi everyone and welcome to Learn English with Si. In today's lesson we're going to be talking about the weather. So to start with we're going to learn the names of the various weather conditions. Here we have sun or sunshine. Here we have rain, cloud, so it's cloudy, there are clouds in the sky. Wind, so the wind is blowing her hair. Snow. Fog. Hail, so hail is frozen rain, and we have ice. So let's take a look at the adjective forms of the nouns. So sun becomes sunny, rain becomes rainy, cloud becomes cloudy, wind becomes windy, snow becomes snowy, fog becomes foggy, and ice becomes icy. So as a rule of thumb, we add a y onto the noun to form the adjective of the weather condition. In some cases, such as sunny and foggy, we add an extra letter, so we're adding an n before the y and a g. Or in the case of ice to icy, we replace the e with a y. The exception to this is hail. We don't use haily, for example. We would say instead, it's hailing. So we use the present participle instead. So some examples are, it's so sunny today. The roads are very icy right now. It was foggy all the way into the city. It's a cloudy day. It's always rainy this time of year. It's forecast to be cloudy later on. It was so windy my hat blew off on the way here. Let's take a look at the present participle now of the verb. So, rain becomes raining, snow becomes snowing, hail becomes hailing, and with wind we instead use other words such as blowing or gusting. So the wind was blowing, or it was gusting, or the wind was gusting. An exception to this, for example, is we don't use it's sunning, we use it's sunny. So for some of these weather conditions we do not use the present participle verb form to describe what's happening right now in the present participle. So instead we use the adjective form. So instead of sunning we use it's sunny. For example, these are the present participle form examples. It's raining heavily. It's snowing. So someone would say that if they're excited to see that it's snowing. The wind is blowing so strongly today. The wind is gusting today. It's blowing a gale out there, which means that there's a strong wind. We use this fairly often to describe a strong wind. There's a light breeze. It's a bit breezy. Breeze is just another word. It's another way of saying wind. So, these are some ways to describe the various conditions, the weather conditions. So we have a lot of ways, a lot of adjectives and verbs that we can use to describe all of the different conditions. These are just some of them. So I'll take you through some of the important ones. So ice is cold, it's slippy, or slippery, they both mean the same thing. We could say it's sheet ice, so it means it's covering everything. And it's slippy. Or we could say there's black ice. Black ice means that the ice is invisible to the eye. It's hard to see. It's not obvious like normal ice is white, but black ice is the invisible type. So for sun, we could say it's hot, it's warm, I'm boiling because of the sun. So we say I'm hot, I'm warm, or the sun is hot, the sun is warm, it's boiling, it's bright, it's startling. Or we could talk about the quality of the sun, such as to do with time, such as the midday sun, which is high and usually warm. We could say it's low, it's setting, it's rising, or that it's sunset or sunrise, so the time of day. With wind, we could say it's strong, it's gusting. We could talk about the intensity, so we could say it's light, it's gusting, which gust means a strong wind. Gusting, again, a strong wind. We could say it's gentle, which means light. We could say there's a breeze, which means usually a light wind. Breezy means a stronger wind. We could say it's warm or bitter. Bitter means cold in this context, so we could usually pair it with bitter cold. Or we could talk about the direction it's coming from, so north, south, east or west. So with snow, again, we talk about the intensity usually. So it's cold, it's heavy, it's snowing heavily, it's light, it's snowing lightly, the snow is deep or the snow is shallow. So the amount of snow as well. Again, for rain, again, we talk about the intensity. So heavy, it's raining heavily, it's light, it's raining lightly, the rain is strong rain. Or we could say downpour or torrential, which means a strong rain that's coming down a lot. So it's a lot of strong rain that's coming down quickly. And we have cloud, so we can say it's dark or light cloud, or it's a rain cloud, which is a dark type of cloud that contains rain, that's going to rain. For fog, we talk about the thickness, so we could say it's dense, it's thick, it's cold, it's freezing. We can also use mist to mean the same thing. So we can interchange mist with fog. They mean the same thing. An expression we usually use is can't see a hand in front of me. So that means that the fog is thick and it's hard to see things. The visibility is low. So you would either say you can't see a hand in front of me, or you would say you can't see a hand in front of you out there, just to describe how foggy it is. That's very foggy. So for hail, the plural is hailstones, so we talk about hailstones bouncing or clattering as they come down quickly, and they're solid, so they bounce off the surface that they hit. They bounce off the ground, or they clatter because they make a kind of clattering noise. We could say that they're freezing and that they're cold. Again, the quality of the temperature. So usually with the weather, we either talk about the quality of the temperature, or we talk about the thickness or the intensity, such as the heaviness of the rain, the strength of the rain, or the lightness. Okay, so let's end up our lesson with a quiz. So we'll just go through the questions first. So question 1, what is the adjective form of fog? Question 2, what is the present participle of rain? Question 3, what weather condition would I be describing if I said it's blowing a gale? So I'm going to give you 1 minute to answer these questions, and then we're going to go through the answers together. The time starts now. And that's your minute up. So let's go on to the answers now. So the first answer is the adjective form of fog is foggy. The present participle of rain is raining. And we have wind or windy. So if we say it's blowing a gale, that means that it's windy or that there's a strong wind. So that's the end of our lesson on the weather. I'm sure we'll come back and do more about the weather in the future, as it's quite a useful topic that we talk about a lot in English-speaking countries, especially in the UK, in England and Scotland and all of the rest of the UK. We often use weather as a like a friendly topic of conversation. We'll say like it's sunny, it's so sunny today, or it's blowing a gale outside, it's raining cats and dogs is one that's not used that often, but people kind of like that term because it's unusual. It's an idiom. It means it's raining a lot. So yeah, we often talk about the weather, and it's very useful to learn to talk about in everyday conversation if you're going to be learning or studying in the UK or visiting on holiday. So be sure to go back over this video and really learn about the weather. It's one of the most helpful topics of conversation to learn about. Right, so you can follow me and contact me via email, Instagram and Facebook. So I use Instagram the most, post content there most days. So come follow me or say hi. If you have any questions about this lesson or any other of the lessons, or just any general questions about learning English, then email me or message me on Instagram or Facebook, and I will get back to you with answers to your questions. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time on Learn English with Si.